Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn top left side as the blue Poseidon, we've got Bourne. Spawn bottom right side as the red Raw, we got TikiTakiMausi. TikiTakiMausi. No idea how to precisely pronounce that. The more I look at it, the more it just gets permutated in my mind. For relics, we got the ship of fingernails, quite delicious. Gives a bit of food trickle, hence why it's delicious. We got the Titan's treasure, making your minor gods and the secret of Titans cheaper. Very, very nice. Makes all the 10%. Got the Demeter's throne, makes your drop sites and housing costless and build faster. Very nice. And of course, for over here, Polygon's statue, increasing villagers' hit point by 40%, which is okay. Make it a bit more raid resistant. I suppose this one here, for the cheaper drop off in housing, is less important for raw, but still faster build times, even if they are free, is still quite nice. But granted, it's also on Poseidon side of the map, which actuality, that can be very strong for Poseidon. Now think about it. After all, it means you get perhaps a spammable source of militia. Red is now bidding Obelisk here to torment his opponent. Wait, you can empower obelisks? What happens if you empower obelisks? We do now Thesis taking out the obelisk there to torment him no longer. Obelisk the tormentor. Of course, in Age 1, his damage is not great, 1.6. And the obelisk will torment him no longer. It doesn't. I didn't realize you can actually empower obelisks. I'm not sure what it does. Probably just improve vision range, likely. Let's see, we do have Ares been researched by Poseidon, give access to Cyclopes, as well as a number of researches. And over here we do have Ra Fought research, does give him shifting sands and to the Wadjet. I hate the Wadjet. The Wadjet's horrible, I hate the Wadjet. Shifting sands, however, is a very good god power. But I hate Wadjets. They are, in Gold Edition, they're basically the same classification of effectiveness as the Troll. In other words, not good. The other Cyclops being hit there by the Wadjet there. Thesis does stab the Wadjet 3 times, almost takes it out. Granted, that is any sort of hero is very good against myth units. Another Wadjet being put on the field. You probably should take time to heal on up. The Pharaoh is a good combat unit there. Gives you a little more sight, range and sight. Thought so. I mean, it's literally a spotting structure. I would assume it would provide more spotting. I just never thought about it. You could empower it. And most of the times, you shouldn't. It's not worth the priest taking time. The priest is worth 100 gold, and the obelisk is worth 5 gold. Don't even take time to empower it. Just literally build another obelisk and go away. If you want more sight range. It would be cheaper than spending the 100 resource of a priest to continuously empowering it. Wadjet's now attacking. Cyclops engaging the temple. The Cyclops does offer a decent amount of crush damage. We've got peasants on the in the field. Disables defensive arrows. Those towns did not get affected by it, while the towers did. The Wadjets have gone down. Those up one inside the Sentry Tower, of course, cannot fight back. The Pharaoh may want to stop empowering, start attacking. The Pharaoh does have decent combat capability. Peasants will last for another 30 seconds.
You need to.
And I always say peasants did get actually nerfed from Gold Edition. Got still a laborer there, still a little bit idle, trying to shank these units. Pharaoh does take out Thesis there. Atlantia is still alive, as are a couple Hippus. Another Wadjet being put on the field. I suppose he's not deployed down any barracks on the field just yet, so that's his effectively his only combat unit, and the priest. Looks like now the berries are being obtained by these villagers.
And which?
I don't think he's gotten the research to pick up relics yet, because if I were to have him selected, I don't see the pick up button when highlighting a relic like say it does with the Pharaoh.
Finito.
And now we do have the Lord of Horses giving a little bit of health regen and line of sight to his cavalry. It's a nice cheap upgrade. The health regen is very nice in between conflicts. And line of sight just makes your horses just a bit more effective scouts, which is generally the nature of horses. Makes me wonder if Poseidon should have the capability of building or rebuilding his initial scout. That's a pig. There's a scout. Does it get affected by Lord of Horses? Yes, it does. Alantia does take a bit of damage there. Alantia is, of course, the fast myth hero. She has 5.6 move speed. Ipus has 5.8, so it slightly slows down the formation, but nothing too significant. What slows down the formation is a 4.3 movement hoplite in the same formation. Best peel him off, send him home. Maybe protect some villagers with his pointy stick. Got a couple hoplites here. I would recommend for blue to pull them off the formation.
And which?
Another test is being researched for between floor and field. Got Hippus and Hoplite here, but looks like he's at pop cap at the moment. Red's going for the plow. And we do have some Hypasus being deployed on the field by Zeus. Not Zeus, Poseidon, blah. Mine's melted. It's a Friday. And I drink a little bit too much caffeine. But then again, it's the weekend. I can drink some extra amounts of caffeine. Who needs sleep? Probably I do, because I haven't had 8 hours of sleep for about 2 years now. Looks like Red's going to be eating the piggies. They are mostly fattened. Sorry, I just see these red dots up here thinking there's something. And they are. Nothing too important at the moment. Blue's not going for proxy stable. That's interesting. Oh, we got Sobek being queued on up to get access to Petrusos, which can be upgraded to Pet Sobek. Thanks, Grant. The villager can get stabbed by the Spearman. And of course, he is fighting against Poseidon, which means cavalry, so it's a good idea to go for more of a spearman build. And of course, Poseidon's also immediately went for some high passes to counter out the spearmen as well. Let's see, any upgrades? Of course, he does have access to Deimos, gives early Hypastus, as well as can increase her damage. But does not have medium Hypastus just yet. You know what's weird? It's about the last time I've seen actually age 1 Hypastus rather than the age 2 medium Hypastus, let alone age 3. Not something you actually see too often. We now got medium cavalry and medium infantry being deployed in the field. Sobek almost deployed in the field as well, get access to some laser crocs. It's everybody's favorite. I mean, when you're growing up with the game, with Gold Edition, lasers on crocodiles. What more could you want? You also get a flying bird to go along with it. You now have the sun-dried mud bricks.
Into you.
Spearmen are currently not even meeting spearmen at the current moment. Mid-gold stronghold being put on field. I have been going to see some camels. Spearman does fall back there. They're just a reserve amount just in case he needs any. Miguel Stronghold does have access to Dark Waters research, so he looks like it's going to be some camel play. Which also means they will avoid the bonus damage from the Hypasis, so very good idea. And they do have a little bit of bonus damage versus range units as well. Do have more Petrosos being put on the field. Though there may be some pathing issues right there. I think the crocodiles can't fit through the crack there in the formation. Yep, I think, yep, looks like there's not enough room for crocodiles to go through that crack. So a bit of construction here. He could probably just delete the lumber camp and the granary here. The granary is definitely can be deleted. The lumber camp, of course, is technically free, so you won't lose any resources, just a bit of time. Though, of course, also means it opens a bit of path there. Or red could simply just abandon that gold mine, and let's just go for this gold mine here. Got a Pegasus there to spot, though. Let's see, how much does red see? Oh, red does not see that. Yep, red starts falling back there. Doesn't take too many or any losses at the moment. But still, that is not a whole lot of vision there. Over here, do have a Miguel Stronghold, which does take out that, that seemed like a little bit higher attack speed than normal. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Hestros gets a nice volley there. Of course, I don't have a really good range, just good range until it gets the Pet Sobek upgrade. Good. Now the camera is trying to engage, a little bit outnumbered, of course. Poseidon's Agion up does have access to Dionysus and get access to Bronze and a Hail Hydra. Hestros looks like trying to intercept the reinforcements, but do now heal Hippolyta, an excellent anti-myth unit range hero. If I remember her mythology, she had a really heavy bow.
Enrich.
Red's army, of course, is entering piecemeal. He's always been having a smaller army this entire game. Went for the faster age up, but has not deployed an army to stabilize.
Into you.
Cavalry's picking up some individual units there, no problem. Miguel Stronghold is damaged. Plus, he's trying to get back in the Miguel Stronghold, but he does not have a force to protect it, so he may lose everything there. Got some, looks like a Podromos there. Counter cavalry units. Against all the Camaradas, that's quite understandable. Hydra's now with the 2 heads. Hippolyta's getting hit there. Oh, and we've got the Locust being summoned. Looks like getting some decent hits on the Hypasis. They're already pretty wounded, all those all those human soldiers. So the Locust, in that situation, being okay damage unit, which is simply just enough to save him. Which I suppose is pretty good. After all, using those locusts there to save 10 villagers in the Pharaoh is actually probably good. He does have boiling oil of research, so can defend himself. And he's also got the sun-dried bricks. I forget exactly what that does. But looks like red was stabilized thanks to a very, very nice locust there. I generally don't like seeing locusts being put against armies, but I cannot deny that was a very good locust. Hit points, gold cost, and building time. So a nice little upgrade there. Hydra is still alive at the moment. Only 2 heads, maybe pretty close to getting a 3rd head. And of course, that's how you get head. We do now have ballistics, copper weapons, and upgrades there.
Finito.
Red still cannot pick up relics for his priests, so all the relics that he's been hearing is blue. Obtaining relics is very nice. Has obtained 2. Got the rock here, can be utilized for a bit more scouting. And looks like rock was used for effective scouting at least, able to allow them to pick off some villagers. Atlantean trying to rotate around to engage. Midgard Stronghold has not been fully repaired. Go for more camera eyes there. Oh, and blue's now deployed up bronze. Bronze, of course, is 9 parts copper, 1 parts tin. Camel caravan, or not camel caravans, camel riders do go down there. Midgard Stronghold has been prepared up by a decent amount. The priest is almost down. Now trying to hit the Midgard Stronghold once again. Sundrider breaks in, increases health a little bit. There does have crenellations. Of course, copper weapons. And now Midgard Stronghold actually has 69 damage. That's quite nice. And also has a pretty good attack speed as well. So it's able to defend itself for a decent amount. Of course, that was the priest or the pharaoh empowering for the faster attack speed. Looks like the Hydra's managed to grow its 3rd head and does go down there. Combination does give the Midgard Stronghold plus 50% multiplier versus cavalry, which against Poseidon, that's actually a pretty good upgrade. Rain being summoned there. You could try popping the Pharaoh on the far side to empower the Midgard Stronghold to double its DPS. Blue is having trouble taking it out. And it looks like Blue's going to fall back there. Evacuate the villagers, try to get what repairs you can. He has over almost 600 gold there. Some spearmen push way forward. Doesn't even look like they're even medium spearmen just yet.
Into you.
Camarade's trying to intercept. Right now, we got 57 versus 45 civilians. So Red is behind there, as was military units. And Blue has a pretty good stockpile of gold. Red has a mix of everything. I think Red wished he was playing the Italians in Age of Empires 3 with this resource distribution. Remember as well, Raw does have lesser empowerments with the priest. He can always use empowerment on the Midgard Stronghold there if he wants some extra defense. And now Blue brings some siege weapons. Raw, of course, has aged on up and actually aged up first, but simply is not really deployed on any sort of military force in view, other than a handful of select camel riders. Try and take out these Petropolos, but those Midgard Strongholds will go down. And Pharaoh could be sacked. He's pretty wounded, 4 health.
Into you, Gary.
Yep. Oh, he does have medium spearmen. Pharaoh does manage to skip on out of there. The rest of the infrastructure will be going on down. Got more Padromos being put on the field, in which they also can get a bit of divine damage because of the Ares research. Don't have at the moment.
In wedge.
Here's some priest healing.
And
Looks like the Pharaoh's getting much needed healing. Gold a little bit oversaturated at the moment.
Into you.
Chariot archers here, unupgraded. Do have, of course, heavy camel riders. Petrotros now deployed in the field. No Petrovic upgrade just yet. Starting to fry some Hydra. Another Petrotros now deployed in the field. Both Hydras have 2 heads, but this one Hydra's probably to go on down. Dromus does get picked off there. Petrotros slinks down. 3-headed Hydra advancing the other direction. Over the left side, looks like a unit of some sort got shanked by the villagers. And now I got some camel riders able to intercept these siege weapons. Petrotros should just need fallback for even heroes. Not the fastest of beasts. A couple catapults there. Camel riders are advancing.
Into you.
And red has held off, has currently a large military force in the field. When it comes to resource float, Raw does have good food reserve, has no wood reserve, and no villagers on wood. Small gold reserve. So it looks like there will be no more chariot archers for red. Blue, of course, has a good gold reserve, needs more food. Needs to establish some farms there. There's still some delicious crown cranes and gazelles on the left side. Now we've got a 4-headed Hydra, which is almost down. The Hydra has been slain. Camera is pushed right forward, while Hippolyta is a ranged unit. It is not classified as a ranged soldier, only classified as hero, so the camera riders would not get their plus 25% bonus damage against to her. Got some Peltas deployed in the field. Not even medium Peltas deployed in the field. Help counter out these chariot archers. They have 19 range. Peltas have range of 18. So technically chariot archers can outrange them, but technically by the time they get done with the wind down, Peltas has retaliated. And don't know if Raw has access to the Bone Archer upgrade. Nope, no bone arrows. Is that age 4 research or age 3 of research? Can't remember. Not available either way. There are a number of camera riders deployed in the field. Trade archers could start advancing. And here comes another round of locusts. Huh, looks like locusts may have actually got a decent buff there. It did a decent amount of damage passing through that siege weapon. And there's not so great damage against all those units there. Maybe the locust does hack damage. Actually, I don't know what type of damage the locusts do. Is it hack? Is it pierce? Is it divine? I don't... Wait. Could be crush. Because these guys have 70% crush armor. These guys have 99. It could be crush damage. I have no idea. You have now the dark waters for the camels. Giving some of the camels, including camel caravans, hit points and health regen. Now, a little bit of health regen will make his camels go a longer way. Though Priest can also help him out with healing as well. Grand Nation's now being researched by Blue. There are now no camels in the field, which does make sense.
Gary.
Prodromos could be counter camel caravans, but also be a counter to him. Right now, the heavy camel, or not caravans, camel riders do 11 damage. And I think there's a Prodromos here. Does do 10 damage, a little bit less, but far higher multiplier, but lower base damage. So 8 times by 3.5, so I would say that's about 24. Add 4, so 28.
Into you.
Versus the effectively 23. So Prodromos will have higher damage there, a little bit less health. Does have only bronze damage, no bronze armor. Versus or copper. This guy has bronze stuff. So Prodromos will be accounted with camel caravans. 120 resources. Prodromos do cost 110. So yeah, Prodromos should be adequate counter to the camel. Did I say so? Camel caravans, camel riders.
Garrett.
Of course, both. It's still all about positioning and all that sort. Prodromos have movement speed of 6.3. Camel riders have 6. Both have high movement speed. Just one's higher than the other. Both sides have now has research crenellations.
In wedge. In wedge.
We have this Miggle stronghold being pulled in the field. So Red's gonna have trouble because he saw blocks on scaffolding. And actually did start the build there and gets nearly killed off. That one villager just wasted a bunch of resources there. Camera is pushing up here.
Into you.
It looks like Blue's starting to win the fight there. Blue has more military units in the field at the moment. And Red does not have any proper counter to the Hydra. Now Red does have the 3 town centers. Blue has 3 towns as well, going for the flood controls and Petsuchos. No Petsovic. Petsuchos does kill off a Prodromos there, picking off some of these Peltas now. It looks like Blue's designed for a counter force.
Garrett.
Time for another Miggle stronghold here. Hippolyta trying to engage the Petsuchos. Miggle stronghold is now complete, going for more camera riders there. A good concave of the chariot archers, but Peltas engaging them. And we'll see them picked off one at a time. Petsuchos did go down there. Villagers getting hit there a little bit. More camera riders push way forward. Chariot archers starting to get picked off one at a time, but the Peltas as well. Villagers have escaped into the Miggle stronghold. 17, 20 of them there. Going for another Miggle stronghold.
Garrett.
Camera is now falling back. This Miggle stronghold could get a bit of repairs going. Obelisk being established here for a bit of spotting. Definitely a cheaper option than trying to go for a lighthouse.
Brig.
It's actually been a while. Have I ever seen a lighthouse deployed more? I suppose it's an Age 4 structure, but I don't think I've ever seen a lighthouse multiplayer to ever deployed in the field. Very good spotting unit though, that's for sure. Or structure. Got bronze upgrades now being researched by Blue. Also going for the incendiary arrows. Oh no, that's the Phobos Panic Spear, giving heavy hoplites, militia, and Prodromos divine damage. Very nice. I didn't realize militia also get affected by that. Very, very nice. He also should get this relic then, make his drop-off locations cheaper, effectively giving him a very cheap source of militia that gets a little bit turbocharged there. After all, each drop-off location will be cost what? 50% less? And every single one of those drop locations will cost like 25 resources. But you're almost negating the camels. Looks like Red's starting to win over here. Hating some of these Pell Pass. None of the trade archers have gone down. Hoplite pushing forward. Another Hydra being pulled in the field. Pharaoh here to engage the Hydra. The Pharaoh is an excellent anti-myth unit, while priests are actually just more borderline okay against myth units, their counter unit. Pharaohs are an excellent one. And plus, this is also the first one. He has not gotten the second Pharaoh yet. Bronze upgrades. Now got some Dromos, more Hoplites, more Peltas. Reg is going for a Counter Rider. Both players at 205 population. Neither side has researched the fortified town centers just yet. But Red's getting a significant number of mid-goal strongholds upon the field. Hopefully he starts going for a lot of upgrades here. It does have bombs, weapons, ballistics. Looks like a bit of everything. Or he's going, and looks like Blue's going for ballistics now. More camera riders being established by Red. Looks like Red's trying to push both directions, also establishing a monument to the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh can empower it for all nearby stuff. Good for defense and for resources. Camera riders push forward, they will be picked on off. Got other ones push along the left flank. Yep, one militiaman there. Yeah, we look at the storehouse now. It does cost 50, so you could perhaps get 25 resource militiamen to slow down his opponent with that relic. Would it be a great idea? No. Is it just an okay idea? I believe so. Militia did charge right forward, does get picked off there. Let's see. Poseidon course can go for Artemis or for Hephaestus. Get access to the Earthquake and Chimera. More range soldier damage. Hero stuff and Chimera stuff, or plenty vaults. We do now have the cameras to move forward. They do pull back over here, took a bit too much damage. These guys are going straight for siege weapons. Does save this fortress here for now. 20 out of the 5,000 health. We got some masonry upgrades and has need. Red's lost his force over here. These cameras are starting to fall back over here. No reinforcement queued up by Red. It's a bit of fun. Massive number of cameras there, but all being put in a certain number of mid-goal strongholds rather than all of them. Looks like siege towers pretty forward. And now you have Hephaestus give access to the Olympian weapons, the Forge of Olympus, and Plenty Vault. We may not see Colossus game, though he is sort of, he's not a favor there, so maybe we'll see some Colossus, though he's lacking gold. He needs to start obtaining this gold for himself. Multiple Hydras moving forward, they cost blue rather than gold. Another round of Locust being summoned. Looks like he's doing okay work, nothing fantastic. And those blue does go ahead and resign, particularly because of the lack of gold. Zangrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.